Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today I want to show off this really cool software that I have been using for almost a year now, called Immich, and it is a self-hosted photo backup solution, and it kind of is almost like a NAS software as well, and you'll see what I'm talking about later with that. It doesn't really store files, but it stores media, so videos, photos, etc. It's a really solid software. I love it so much, and I'm going to show you how to install it, just because I think it's really easy. So I might as well show you how to install it. So let's take a look at Immich. We are here. This is their GitHub page. They've got a lot going for them, a lot of contributors, a lot of people that are supporting the project. And a few disclaimers are that it is still under very active development. They're always making changes. Some changes actually break the installation, but that's just part of the fun for now. I've not had any issues with Immich so far, outside of ones that I've caused myself. But I also do have a backup of all the photos in the library. You can actually just back up the entire photos directory and it'll store them unencrypted. And you can just have the photos back up to like Glacier storage on Amazon Web Services or Azure Blob storage, etc. I use this specifically because it is really nice to have a solution that can back up the photos automatically from my phone. Kind of like Google Photos used to back when they were free, but this is really cool. So I'm gonna actually show you guys the Immich demo really quickly, so I can hopefully show off some of the features that it has. All the information for logging into the demo are available on their GitHub. This is what Immich looks like. So it's really similar to something like Google Photos. On the right hand side, you have all of your years, and you can actually scroll through and find different things on the side. You can go explore, you can find faces, places, etc. There's a map that you can actually search through, and you can look at where each photo was taken. Sharing, you can create albums and share it with other users on Immich or make a public link to it as well. Favorites, albums, folders, etc. It's pretty self-explanatory. Also under utilities, there's a deduplication feature, which is really sweet. So you actually have the ability to deduplicate all of your assets automatically based on the larger file size, if they are the same file name, etc. So it's really sweet. We have archive and we have trash. So there's a lot of solutions on here. If we go to administration over here, you can actually set up external libraries, jobs to kind of extract metadata, and do other kind of things that just bulk operations, I guess, on your assets. Also, you have some server statistics here. If you go to account settings, you'll see all kinds of more options here. So as you can see, it is a really versatile software. I really love Immich, and it has been rock solid for me. So as long as you check out their GitHub before updating, they'll tell you when there's any breaking changes. So anything you have to change in your config each time. Really solid, tons of supporters. I love Immich. So without further ado, let's get started with the installation. Okay, so this is the virtual machine I have created. So there's a few things, I want to do before we begin. First of all, I'm going to go here into depackage reconfigure tz data. So entering our password here, we're going to reset our time zone. That way it is correct. The next thing I'm going to do is sudo vi sudo. This is a bare virtual machine that I have just created. So I want to make sure that anything I do does not require the sudo password. Control X, Y, enter. That was really quick. I'm sorry, I've talked about it in previous videos. I don't want to focus on that too much in this video. So let's continue here with the Immich installation. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we will install Immich. So they have a fantastic guide that they have over on their website. The way I'm doing this is actually through Docker Compose. It's actually recommended now, apparently. So we're basically just going to copy all of these commands, paste them in. It's pretty straightforward in terms of the installation. So I'm just copying the wget, downloading the Docker Compose files, downloading the env file or the environment file, and then you can also do hardware acceleration. I'm not talking about that in this video though. There's also example stuff in their environmental file. So this file kind of just is it's a bunch of variables you can set basically to change parameters. So you can change your upload location for assets, you can change your database location, etc. So I'm actually going to go in here. I just set my time zone. Continuing on down, you can change database username, password, etc., database name. Set all of the variables there. If you want to run your own database, that is something you can do. If we keep going down, we're literally on the start command. So we do want to make sure we do install Docker though. I did forget to mention that. We can go back through and install that now. You do want to make sure you're using the right Docker. That is something I actually did struggle with recently after something I did that messed it up, but that is out of scope of this video. I promise it was just on me. It was not on Immich at all. So we're going to use the Docker apt repository, paste in all of these commands to download Docker, Docker Compose, etc. So you can actually just use the Docker space compose command now and run it through Docker. You don't have to have the Docker Compose utility separately. So that's just something to note. I'm going to paste these commands in. This is what's going to actually download Docker. So it's going to go through, download all the packages we need. and then we can continue on with the installation. Okay, so now that the Docker commands are done, we're going to run this command, sudo usermod-a capital G docker, and then our username. And what this command just did was it actually added my user to the Docker group, which means we can run Docker commands now without having to authenticate as a sudo user, which is really sweet. So I'm gonna actually log in separately here. And if we go into our Immich directory, we can just run this command right here without sudo, and that will actually do all of the work for us. So it's gonna go through, it's gonna download all of the Docker packages that it needs, all the pre-built containers that they have for Immich, and it's gonna download all of them and get them all fired up for us to use. So it's really just this simple. So once you have Docker, or if you already have Docker, really you just gotta download the Docker compose file, maybe make a few modifications if you need to. You really shouldn't have to though. And then you're good. I mean, it's gonna run Immich for us, and we'll check it out here in just a second. Okay, so now the Immich is done with the creation process. We can run sudo docker ps, and we'll see that the Immich container is now healthy, and we have port 2283 forwarded for the Immich server. So if you pull this over here, you'll see we have the welcome screen on Immich. I just went to the IP address of the virtual machine as well as port 2283. We'll click getting started, and now we're going to enter in an admin email address. So I'm going to fill in, it doesn't really matter for the purposes of the video, so I'm just going to fill in youtube@beamnetworks.dev alongside a password, and then a name, let's say Beam Networks. We'll click sign up. We'll log in with the same credentials we just typed in. So it says welcome, let's get your instance set up so we can have light or dark theme. We'll stick to dark. Privacy, we can use the map feature. We can do version checking, or you can turn that off if you don't like that. Storage template, we could switch how it stores media, so we can kind of change how the file directories work. I'm not going to change that. We'll click done, and there we are. We've got Immich. So you'll see in the bottom here, we've got 11 gigabytes of 60 gigabytes actually available. So you can make a bigger virtual machine. You can use an external disk on Immich. There's a ton of things you can do. But that's pretty much it. So on your mobile app, on your phone, you're actually able to download the Immich app, and you can set up automatic backing up, and it will automatically back up your photos. They'll automatically pop up here, especially once it goes through and does the machine learning algorithm on all the photos to understand kind of what's in them, faces and that kind of stuff. It'll detect as well. So Immich is really cool. If you want to support Immich, you can go on your Immich instance, go to account, and then go to purchase. At the bottom, you can do a lifetime or a server license. An individual or server license, enter in that code there and support Immich. I highly recommend you do that. It is a great software, and it continues to get better. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.